Well, I'll say this: the only reason this isn't 4-0 is Huso, right? Even though he gave up a shot on the fifth, a goal on the fifth shot, they have 18 shots in the period, 2 goals. We have 9. We're doubled up. I don't know what the Blues just can't play with these guys, right? They can't speed with them. They can't whatever you do. And when we have the puck in our zone, there's 3 guys on us. How we can't get the puck out of our own zone when we have open guys absolutely blows my fucking mind. And here's another thing. Right? I've had this on since. Right? I've had the red shirt on. Why not? You know, you're going to lose. You might as well help the thing go. You help the thing. The one thing that here's an issue. Right? It is illegal in the NHL to allow signs up during a game. You can have them up pregame, right? That's it. They've got them stand with Nas signs up all around. That's a bench minor. And they're still up. That's a penalty. Why isn't it being called? I don't know, but that's what it is. For a team facing elimination, we look like garbage. Yes, we do. Vince, it is not an amazing game. It's a piece of shit game. And, you know, let's just give the Avalanche everything. They're the greatest fucking team that ever existed. Oh, my God. The Avalanche, the Avalanche. I can't stand it, man. Where are you when you lose? Where are you when you lose? You've only been here when you won. Right? You've only been here when your team cheats. Yeah, I'm pissed. Am I made to watch the game tonight? Do we stand a chance? Not at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. So I went off. I lost it. I just can't handle it. I can't handle someone who's only there in the good times. And that's what that is. You know, Vince is only here in the good times, never in the bad, only the good. So it finally just, I lost it. You missed it, Wendy. I just went off again. Right? Vince with his little, oh my God, this game's so amazing. The Avalanche are so great. Yeah, I blew it up.
Okay.
Right? Only here when they win. I can't stand people like that.
Fair weather fans.
Lumps. Say again?
Like fair weather fans?
Yeah, same thing.
I mean, you kind of were being that a bit against Huso the other night.
Say again?
You're kind of being that way with Huso before the playoffs. You liked Huso going into the playoffs. Now,
No, I did not. I wanted Bennington to start. No, I did not. I have not wanted Huso in the last 2 months of the season. His numbers like skyrocketed. The league figured him out. I'm going to stand by there. Nathan, I said that. He's the only reason the score is not
you tonight.
Right?
I'm just saying that McKinnon is owning you guys after that first period.
Say again?
McKinnon owns you after that first period.
Yeah, he did. It's bad, man. It's just bad. And see, and Vince, I'm not showing your comments, man. And you want to troll, go troll somebody else. I just can't handle it right now. Right? I can't handle it. That Vince spun me up. I'm sorry.
I took a very untimely potty break, man.
I would have done it anyways. I can't handle. He's a fair weather guy. Where has he been when they've lost? He's never here when they lose, only when they win. And he's got to say how great they are. They never do anything wrong. And I just had it. I had it. First of all, I'm going to ask Steve this, right? As an outsider. The NHL has a rule about signs. You're not allowed to have any signs up during gameplay, correct?
Correct.
They've got to stand with Nas size all around the rink during gameplay. That's illegal. That's a bench minor.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, and I'm very curious.
You owe more than $10,000 to the IRS. If so, you may qualify for the.
Yeah. Why are they? That's a bench minor, right? And that's not one. It can be 2 or 3. Right?
Yeah.
And it can even be a game misconduct where they take somebody on the ice off, or so the refs pick a guy and send him off.
Okay,
am I right?
Let me get this a little straight over here. Okay. This first period, I think, is less about those signs and stuff, and we could be upset at that, but I was watching this period, and there's so many points that they're not taking care of, and that is I know you're thinking it was all maybe Huso. This was not Huso's own. This was not all on him.
Yeah,
They
not.
are being allowed to do whatever they want within close to the goalie's area. When it comes to offense, they need to push them onto the outside. Force these people, these Avalanche players, to shoot from the outside. They have too many times where they're passing in front of the net, and you can't. Huso has no chance. When they had, first of all, on goal number 1, they turn over the puck because they can't get it in. Excuse me. Number one thing is get that puck into the offensive zone. Like I mentioned, they didn't do that, resulted in a goal. Second one, you took a bad penalty, which I don't even know was the most vicious penalty in the world, but okay. You took the penalty, and you, again, same thing, in front of the net. It was a pass in front of the net. Huso has no chance.
Yeah, well, it bounced off of Parayko.
Right. I'm saying, but you had no chance because you're allowing them into that area. You need to push them to the outside. Okay, just quick points. The forecheck pressure that the Avalanche are putting on, they can't get past it. They're not pushing them to the outside. They're putting good bodies in the front. They're doing a good job on that on offense, but there's not enough time that they're in offense. So how in the world are you supposed to be able to do that if you don't have enough time in the offensive zone? And Huso's doing a great job in saving you from this. Should be a 4-0 game.
Yeah.
And
Huso, are you trying to like upset me even more right now?
I'm just showing it's going to show you how Colorado's is walking inside.
You got to push them out.
It's probably going to say that the deserve to win meter is like Colorado 99 and St. Louis
not
1.
that bad, but it's St. Louis 17.
I'm just saying it's Colorado is walking on you guys.
Absolutely,
yeah, it is. Their speed is just absolutely showing up.
And the Blues are allowing them to dictate the play.
Right? No, I mean, and for me, I have a hard time watching games like these. I really do, especially when there's emotion before the game even starts, and it just feels like the announcers, Colorado has done nothing wrong. They have done nothing wrong. St. Louis has done everything right. Oh my goodness. Pardon me. St. Louis has done everything wrong. And those are hard games to watch. I hate national announcers that play into the narrative instead of being like they're supposed to be and, neutral, but they're not. And that's just what it is. So that makes it really hard for me.
No, they were going.
And Huso has made saves he's not supposed to.
They were going.
That breakaway McKinnon had that he stopped was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was. And I was already counting that as a goal
after this period.
If you look at actually the positives to this first period, I know you don't see it at all. Number one,
not one.
Not
in fact,
one.
I said after the first goal, our season was over.
I'll give you 2 positives I have down here.
Okay.
And that is number one, they are doing a better job on offense. They do need it to try to get a little more done. But yes, they're getting the right men in front of the net. They had some great pressuring chances on Kumper, and they really continue with that. You can't give up from that point. Don't just say that it's not working. Got to keep that going. And number 2, they are doing a decent enough job on defense when they enter the zone on putting a little bit of pressure on them to have to try to get that puck, and they are getting to the puck not bad. A couple times they kept it in the offensive zone, and they really stayed on that puck. It's more in the defensive deep zone that they're really not working. It's also on the, like I said, you have to push them. You got to be more physical. Push them to the outside. Don't let McKinnon get past you. They are so fast. You got to push them as soon as you can. Physical.
Well, here's the numbers, and these numbers are not good at all. And there's something in these numbers that stands out right away. Shots, St. Louis 9. They've had 8 blocked. They've missed the net twice. They have 19 hits. 19 hits. Remember that. 2 giveaways, no takeaways. They blocked 7 shots. They're leading the face-off battle 9-7 for 56% to 44%. Colorado, on the other hand, has doubled up St. Louis in shots with 18. They have had 7 blocked. They've missed the net 3 times. Colorado has 10 hits. They don't care. They're not trying to hit. They're using their speed, and that's huge. Colorado has 2 giveaways and 5 takeaways, blocked 8 shots, like we talked about. St. Louis, I'm not surprised at all that this is happening right now, because in what do you call it? Elimination games, they usually get blown out. It's not close. They get blown out. So I've been telling myself that all day today to set up for a blowout. But, they're not playing good. The second period has normally been a good period for the Blues. This series, it hasn't. Could it become one? Could they score 4 goals? Yeah, they could. Will they? I don't know.
Man, you know what? I really feel like you can't give up yet on this game. I know, right now it looks terrible. You got to put some hope up there with the fact that this team is not a bad team. You know what I mean? You might be down 2-0. The Blues are not a terrible team.
Yeah.
Husso does not look bad. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He
doesn't look bad. And I know you say that you defined it on the first couple shots. The shots that scored were not the shots that you would tell me were the shots that you scream at Husso for. You are not.
Well, actually, the first one.
The first one
was an iffy one.
Was a turnover, and your defender was not at all physical. He let McKinnon. He just stood in front of McKinnon and let him get whatever shot he wanted. All he did is a very simple move. What McKinnon did is he brought the puck to his right, so he was sort of leaning to his right, and brought it to sort of the easy zone where the defender was sort of just had his stick there with no body on him. Where's your body? Where are you pushing him to force him to take a shot right into the chest of your goalie?
Yeah, no, I'm with it, and they haven't gotten great shots. I haven't looked at the shot chart. I'm guessing that the Blues only have 1 shot that was in the house, maybe 2.
They had 2, and they also had Tarasenko had a great.
Yeah, that was a gorgeous.
Tarasenko had a fantastic chance. Robert Thomas had a good chance.
Yeah.
So 1 second. What was the great chances I counted was Tarasenko, Robert Thomas, Buchnevich had a nice shot. Also. So those are 3 times that players. By the way, when I thought Robert Thomas was going to get that in. That pressure was really good. Also, I picked Robert Thomas to score first. I thought he was going to score first.
Yeah, no.
Way,
well, I mean, look, I know the game's not over, but I see when this is game 1 again. This feels like game 1, except we haven't scored first. This is the first game we haven't scored first. Here's the thing, and I don't even want to say it. We have had something not happen to us all year. I hope it doesn't happen to us tonight, and it's already happening. So I'm hoping that it doesn't.
Well, your coach is working hard on there. You keep hearing them. He's screaming at his guys. He's got some fire going over there. So
yeah.
And I mean, in the regular season, the Blues are one of the best come from behind teams. I'm not giving up yet.
I get that.
You never give
Where's
up.
Falk? Where's anyone? Well, Falk has been out there. First of all, the penalty on Bortuzzo was not a penalty.
Yeah,
right. That's one of those ones that I talk about. You get this holding the stick penalty. I love the holding the stick penalty, right? Or the hooking penalty. Oh, he's hooking him, yet they don't get the guy for his arm being down like this, so you see the hook, right? I mean, that guy's holding the stick to get a hooking call. And yet they don't call that. And that happens all the time. It hasn't happened tonight, but you'll see it all the time. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Right? Why is that not a penalty? Why is the hook a penalty, but not the guy that's holding the stick?
Right. No, that call in general is questionable. What did you guys think happened to Buchnevich in the middle of the first period? Was that an equipment change? What was that?
I don't know, but the ref said something to him, and he left the ice and then came back out.
Did someone see? Did the concussion spotter see something that no one else saw?
No, it was the equipment manager that came out to get him.
That's who calls the player over, but the concussion spotter tells the equipment manager to tell your coach, and then that's what happens.
But the equipment manager came out to get him.
He did take a hit.
So I wonder if the concussion spotter saw something and they just wanted to get him checked out real quick.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But he came back really quick. There was nothing there. So here's my issue, right? That concussion spotter. I mean, what did he see? Because for Buchnevich to leave and come back that quick.
He did hit his head. At the end of that goal, he was upset.
Yeah. But hitting your head isn't the reason for the concussion spotter to say something.
No, but maybe they saw him stumble and that right away.
Yeah, but he came back too quick.
Okay, but
he came back way too quick.
There are some incidents where players who get spotted by the concussion spotter to have to go back into the quiet room for a few minutes to see what the heck happened. because I know it's happened with the Hawks a couple of times this year.
Mhm.
That concussion spotter noticed something was up, and then like 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, the player is right back out there. So that's why I think that could have been the thing, but who knows? They didn't say it was a concussion spotter type of incident, so have to see what happened after the game.
See if they say after the game.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going there, Matt Lowe.
Oh,
don't say stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that was what you know what? My keys really for that second period, if it's possible, try to be faster than them if you could.
It's not be faster, it's control the puck.
Right.
It's straight up. Well, here's something that I seen that really I don't understand it. Colorado is very aggressive while St. Louis has the puck behind the net.
Right.
Well, I saw 2 and 3 guys back. Well, wouldn't that mean that St. Louis has guys open?
Right.
And we can't seem to get the puck past their aggressiveness.
Okay, so let me explain to you in hockey. So you have the long pass that many of them you like to get into offensive zone quickly.
Yeah.
When you want to defend that, what you do is you put a lot of pressure on the guy. He has a hard time seeing what's ahead of him. And so therefore he has to constantly look for the shorter pass. That's what's happening with the Blues. They're starting with the shorter pass. And when they get to the middle of the ice, the pressure, they then move up on them. And as soon as you bring the pressure towards the player is forced to make a pass. And as soon as that happens, the Avalanche are coming already back the other way. And if they get the puck, they're already in the offensive zone ahead of you. So what you have to do is the other way. You have to try to get the Avalanche to not know where the puck is behind the net. Whatever it is with the trick plays, whether this guy fakes the puck, fake left, go right, whatever it is, get out of your zone cleanly, and then you'll get fine. You'll get your chances in the offensive zone. But the second, it's okay, fine. Yes, I know. I also hope the Rangers take it. I also hope the Rangers take it all. But you know what? We're discussing a Blues game now. So
yep. There you go. No, I mean, we're enjoying. Trust me, my guys, my watchers will ask great questions, and they keep you engaged. Even they love Wendy, and Wendy's a Blackhawks fan. So, well, most of them do. There's a few that don't. Well, for me, what do the Blues do in the second? I mean, what do they do? Because they can't. They're not getting anything through the neutral zone. They've had very little sustained pressure. They have a couple of shots.
McKinnon.
Dump and chase ain't going to work. I agree with that. You've got to bring that in with some presence.
Okay. First of all, I'm coming from a Rangers fan where we live on dump and chase. This is how we play our game. How does dump and chase work? Dump and chase works like this. You dump the puck in, and you beat the other team to the puck. What this allows is when a team collapses towards the puck, your players can sneak in front of the net, and you can get some very, very good chances. But they're beating you to that puck. You can't send in that puck right away with your players still not even over the line. Okay, because remember that's offsides. Okay, so that means the puck has to leave the zone first with your players fast enough to get to that puck. Okay, so now if that's true and that's not working for you, what you need to do right away is get your players in as quick as possible. All right, that means you pass it, get your fast players down. You can't. Also, by the way, an idea. I don't know if you agree with this. I saw the Hurricanes do this against the Rangers last game. Maybe you need to bring the defensemen up a little bit in on the offense to put an extra pressure.
Maybe.
They're already beating you back. Maybe just go with. Maybe you just need a shootout.
Yeah.
You need to maybe get this point where your pressure that you're putting on them is high enough.
Okay, guys, game is just about back on. See you at the second intermission.